So we headed on inside for the Fairfield Card Show, one of the biggest and best card shows in Northern California each and every year. Usually happens a couple of times, usually around 300 tables or so. So excited for this one. Went straight over to my guy, Mos Table. You've seen Mos several times on the channel. He's got these incredible star sealed team bags, which every time I see those, it's just absolutely amazing that he's got them. But he doesn't just have them of some of the other teams. He also has one of the Bulls. And that is the team bag. Right there is the Star Jordan, the Star Jordan in an unopened team bag. That is wild that he's got that in his case. And then he's got lots of other stuff. As always, has lots of Jordans. Has lots of vintage stuff. Again, some beautiful cards in each of his cases. A couple of nice Lou Brock and Reggie Jackson rookies, including a signed one. Some Johnny Bench rookies in there. Pete Rose, Willie McCovey. Some really, really great stuff. Frank Robinson over there, Harvin Killebrew.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
And then look at those 58 All-Star mantles. I mean, this whole case was basically mantle. Had some Clemente. Look at those couple of 33 Gaudy Lou Gehrigs. Those are fantastic. I've got that card on my list for the National as a hope. Probably just a hope, though. And then you can hear me talking to Mo in the background. Here's some of his football stuff that he's got. A couple of Jerry Rice rookies, a Montana, a nice Bart Starr rookie, some Walter Paytons down there, John Elway's. He's always got a wide variety. Here's a good look at the room. It was pretty good traffic today. Show was a little smaller than it's been sometimes. Then I went over to my buddy Craig's table. If you see anything in these next couple of cases, reach out to Craig. He's a great guy. You've heard him, seen him on the channel before. Some beautiful cards as always. Nice 57 Topps mantle there. Some other mantles. Got some nice Willie Mays stuff. He's always got lots of mantles and lots of Mays. Now in this next case, he's got a beautiful Mini Minoso 52 Topps up there. It's a 3 with soft corners, but the centering is spectacular. I'll give you another look at that here in just a minute. It's a beautiful card. Got a bunch of Aarons in here. He really tries to stock up, and Clemente, Aaron, Mantle, Mays. Got some nice Schmidt rookies there. A couple of beautiful Nolan Ryans, a rookie, 69, 71. A couple of nice 69 Aarons there, 59 Aarons. Nice Thurman Munson rookie. Beautiful 54 Topps Jackie Robinson. There's that Minoso. Beautiful card. Now, this was another dealer who I did not grab his information, but I've seen him before. He's always got really nice stuff. He's got some beautiful cards in his case here. Look at that Clemente, 71 Clemente. That thing is stunning for a 6. So then I went back over to Mos Table, and I was going through a lot of his loose stuff, like you see here, and I hit this nostalgia box. And the nostalgia just started flowing. I'm like, we got Kirby Pucketts, Ken Griffey Jr.'s, Doc Gooden's, Mark McGuire Olympic cards. And I'm like, man, I love the cards from my childhood. And there are still so many that I want. And so what I've been trying to do is pick up 1 or 2 every couple of months over the last little while. So I was looking in here to see, all right, Mo, I haven't bought anything from you in a little bit, so do you have anything that I could add to the collection? You got a nice Dawson rookie. I thought about that because I was like, well, I could TTM it. You got the Cal Ripken rookies and the Don Mattingly Opeachy. I thought about that one. It was a little too off-center for me. It was pretty sharp, but it was a little too off-center. Had a little bit of a diamond cut. More Cal Ripkens. I mean, the nostalgia was absolutely just falling off of me at this point. And I'm like, man, this is my childhood. Got the Fleer rookie. You got the Fred McGriff, the Ryan Sandbergs. I'm like, maybe I should get a Boggs and send it to TTM it. There's more Boggs rookies. I know that, you know, everybody says, oh, I know you only collect old stuff. That's not necessarily true. I collect a lot of nostalgia stuff, too. There's a beautiful Sandberg rookie and then some Clemens cards. I obviously have several of his 85 Fleer. More Pucketts. And I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna buy something. I just brought a little bit of money to spend, not a ton. Brought about $80. I'm like, I'm gonna get something out of this box because I'm feeling the 1980s right now. And I'm like, so I kind of got a few cards up in the think tank at the moment. And I'm like, maybe I go for the Peachy Mattingly. Do I go for another McGriff, even though I have one, but I just love that card? And I was like, oh, the 86 Topps update, Topps traded Barry Bonds. I've always wanted that card. I've never had this card. So I'm like, oh, that one's now in the think tank. And I keep on moving. I'm like, well, maybe I need that Bonds. And that one seemed okay. It's a little off-center. It was like 60-40. Probably why he didn't send it in to get graded. And I'm still flipping through here. Got an 86 Fleer Clemens, which I have several of. More Bonds stuff. And I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, I see the rookies Bonds. I'm like, maybe I need that. That was a little OC. So I was like, do I want to do that? Kind of am a centering guy, especially with cards that are plentiful. I tend to really lean into center. And then I was like, oh, I think I might need the Leaf Frank Thomas. I've never had this card. I've almost bought it about 10 times. I've bid on it like 10 times. I've never owned it. It's come way down in price. So I pull that aside. I'm like, maybe that's the card. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, I'm going to buy something. What am I buying? So I keep flipping through. See a bunch of Alex Rodriguez stuff in here. There's a bunch of Jeter stuff in here. You got to see some Randy Johnsons. Then they got the Bill Ripken. I'm like, this is just full-blown my childhood in a box. So now it's not if I'm buying something, it's which cards am I going to buy. So then I started going through some of his other boxes, and he had a perfectly centered 86 Topps traded. And this sells for VCP averages $47-48. And Mo was asking $45. And then he was a little high on this Frank Thomas. That's come down a lot recently. It used to be a solid $40-50 card. It's now averaging in the high 20s, but centered ones tend to be about 35 or so. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go see what he'll do for me. $60. 60.
Trying to get stuff from you cheaper than what I pay.
What do you need? Okay, how much for just the Frank Thomas?
I need 70.
70 for him? So you basically at 30.
However you want to put the math in it.
30 and 35.
30 and 35.
20 bucks a piece.
30 and 35 is 65. There's 40. I'm giving you your full 70.
You're not happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool.
You want to flip?
Huh?
You want to flip?
Flip what?
What do you want to pay?
I wanted to pay 60.
We'll flip 60 or 70.
That sounds fantastic. Here's my 60 because I'm going to win.
Yeah, you
I don't have
will.
a coin, though.
I have a coin.
I don't have a coin.
I have a coin.
I'm putting my money away because I'm winning this one.
Whatever coin you want.
I gotta put it on there. Okay.
Okay, you want to drop here?
Yeah. Heads. It's tails.
Oh my God.
It's tails.
You have the worst lucky.
So I lost the flip, but I got the cards, and they're both really well centered. And I'm like, you know what? Who cares? Here's my thought. When I'm buying at a local show, I want to, support the show. I want to support the dealers. I want to support my friends that are dealers. But also, you don't have to pay tax. You don't have to pay shipping. So you're getting a discount right off the top. So if you can get them for comp price with no tax and no shipping, a card like this, if the shipping's like, say, $6, that's like 15% of the price. So if you could get it without any shipping, any tax, you're saving $8, $9 on a $40 card, which is a huge percentage. So I'm like, I don't even care. I want to have the card. I want to get something today. This is a beautiful copy of a card that I've never had. I've never had that card, and it can go into my nostalgia box. I literally have a box of cards from my childhood. And I've never had the 90 Fleer Frank Thomas. I know that's hard to believe. I've almost bought one several times back when they were $40, $45. Probably when Mo put the tag on this one. And I'm like, he's basically selling it to me for $30. That's fine. No shipping price. And it's a nice one. It's really well centered. These are hard to find centered, actually. A lot of them are off-centered, even the 9s. So I was totally cool with that deal. Paid $70 after losing the flip, which I lose everything. I don't open packs for a reason. I don't do coin flips for a reason. I don't pull slot machines for a reason. I just don't win stuff. But I basically got the bonds for $40 and this for $30. So maybe I overpaid a little for this and I got a little bit of a deal on the bonds. But I didn't have to pay tax, didn't have to pay shipping, in hand, centered, helping out my friend and the local show, all about it. And then my buddy Mark, who is a longtime viewer of the channel, who I got to meet in person for the first time, he said, I have some stuff for you. And he handed me a wonderfully beautiful letter, and he gave me this starting lineup Arnold Palmer card. He said, I know you have the other David Robinson, the one where he's holding the jersey, but do you have this one? I said, you know what? I don't. So that's going in the nostalgia box. And then he said, I'm giving you a couple of these Topps Heritage Mannings. Give one to Matt, because he's going to want those someday for his family. Matt's wife is due any day with their first baby. And then he gave me this beautiful rated rookie, Donruss Manning card. Now, Matt has been turned into, this season, they've been turning him into a reliever at AAA Toledo, and he's been doing pretty well since he's been a reliever. I think he's either going to get traded at the deadline, or I think they're going to pull him up and stick him in the bullpen, because he's been doing quite well since they've transitioned him from a starter. All right, we're laying out what Coach got here. Got the 61 Aparicio, 62 Spawn and Kubek, 62 Spawn All-Star, Ken Boyer, Don Drysdale, Stengel, Skowron. Those are all pretty sharp. And you said you got like a group deal on all these, yeah, Dad?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't pay these prices on any of them.
Gil McDougall.
Tommy Davis.
Tommy Davis.
Rookie.
Tommy Davis, that's not a high number, is it?
Yes.
Thought it was. Ken Boyer. Skowron. Oh, Donnie Baseball. That's for our boy Keith. And we've got a Mays catch. And you had done a deal where you had traded him
for $208 worth of credit. These were $230, and he let the trade take care of the whole everything here was.
Okay, so basically you had $208 in credit, and you got these for that credit.
Right.
Got it. There you have it. So that is the show. Fairfield Card Show summer of 2025 is in the books. A lot of Pokemon. but also there were several vintage dealers there, and I showed you some of it on the video, so I hope you enjoyed.
Had a great time with my dad as always. Ran into my buddy Jeremy as well. And hey, anytime you're at a card show, it's a good day.